माते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि माते सङ्गोऽस्त्वकर्मणि स्वरूपोऽहम् शिवोऽहम् शिवोऽहम् शिवा स्वरूपोऽहम् नित्योऽहम् शुद्धोऽहम् बुद्धोऽहम् मुक्तोऽहम् नित्योऽहम् शुद्धोऽहम् बुद्धोऽहम् मुक्तोऽहम् शिवोऽहम् ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मा स्वरूपोऽहम् ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्मा स्वरूपोऽहम् चिदोऽहं चिदोऽहं सच्चिदानन्दोऽहम् शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं शिवा स्वरूपोऽहम् गुरुमाता पिता गुरुबन्धु सखा गुरुमाता पिता गुरुबन्धु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम प्रियतम तुम्ही प्राणनाथ तुम्ही प्रियतम तुम्ही हृदयनाथ तुम्ही तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम गुरुमाता पिता गुरुबन्धु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तुम्ही भक्ति हो तुम्ही शक्ति हो तुम्ही मुक्ति हो मेरे सोंब शिवा तुम्ही मुक्ति हो मेरे सोंब शिवा गुरुमाता पिता गुरुबन्धु सखा तेरे चरणों में स्वामी मेरे कोटि प्रणाम तुम्ही प्रेरणा तुम्ही साधना, तुम्ही आराधना, मेरे सोंब शिवा, तुम्ही आराधना, मेरे सोंब शिवा. गुरु मात पिता, गुरु बंधु सखा.
Hello, welcome everyone. Welcome to Alternatives. Thank you for staying in silence for the last half an hour. Just to let you know, Mooji is here, so we'll start the event in a few moments. So we normally start the event with a few moments of silence. We've done that, so I'd just like to let you know about some upcoming events. So in August, we have Mukti coming to Alternatives for the first time. So Mukti is Adishanti's partner, and she learns in the same lineage of non-dual wisdom as he does. So she's here on the 22nd of August. And we have Rupert Spira, who starts the next season on the 5th of September, and he'll be talking about the essence of non-duality. So please do go to our website if you'd like to look at that. So I just need to ask you to observe the fire exits. So if you need to evacuate the building for any reason, if you're on this floor, if you go straight down the centre, and if you're upstairs, go to the exits on the left and right, and the security guards will be there to guide you. And if you can make sure that your mobile phones are off, as will there be some silent periods going forward. And if you need anything, our team is sitting just over there, so do come and get us if you need anything. But for now, I'd like to welcome someone from Mooji's team, Shri, who will introduce you to Mooji. Actually, Shree's just reminded me, we do have a 2-day Satsang intensive with Mooji this weekend that's selling really fast. So, as you know, this event sold out quite quickly, and there's less than 100 seats left for that event as well. So if you want to know any more about that, then do see me or the team afterwards, and you can book your places online. So now I'd like to welcome Shree.
Thank you very much, Venetia. And welcome everyone here to this satsang with Sri Mooji. It's such a beautiful thing to be here in London with Sri Mooji, a very auspicious day. I'll say more about being with Sri Mooji, but first I'd like to read you a media release agreement so that everybody here is aware that we are broadcasting live today. And by admission to this premises and this satsang, you understand and acknowledge that there will be photography, visual and audio recordings, and that all these recordings are copyrighted. And you give your consent that we use your image, voice, and dialogue on any media, such as live broadcast, video, audio, websites, social media, books, including published materials for retail sales and any other purpose, and you waive all of your rights to this material and consent that this material may be used without compensation to you of any kind for an unlimited period of time. You also agree not to use any information Sri Mooji gives as medical advice or as an alternative to medical advice. Now, so what we're saying in plain English is just that today we are filming, and that by being here you're agreeing to be filmed. And if for any reason you don't want to be on camera, you can just let one of the attendants know, And in fact, we suggest that you just sit in the far back corner if you prefer not to be filmed. While you're here, we ask that you please don't make any personal recordings, so not to use your phones for audio or for video, and also to please not take any photographs. We do have a few designated photographers, and if they're here, it would be nice if they show who they are. And they will be taking some photographs during the evening tonight, and the pictures will be posted on the website mooji.org. There's one up here in the balcony. Okay. When the satsang finishes, because the building will close at 10 p.m., we will be leaving the premises here after the satsang, so just to let you know that the shop will not be open after satsang. And now to say a few words about satsang with Sri Mooji. I'm curious, are there any people here who are coming for the first time to an event with Sri Mooji? This is great. This is so great. I know that many people have met him on YouTube, and it's not a requirement that you've met him before, but I thought maybe I could just say a few words about satsang and being here with Sri Mooji. It's such an opportunity to meet a living master, one who speaks from direct experience and can answer your questions about liberation and freedom. And sometimes Mooji will speak about freedom questions and knowledge questions. And knowledge questions are usually about something. And a freedom question is one that can be answered right here and right now. And the beauty of meeting Sri Mooji is that there's an opportunity today to have a seeing, an insight, a shift. He's really come not to talk about something, but to show us all something. So you can feel free to come forward with your questions. He will meet you with his wisdom, humor, and clarity. And I welcome everyone to really take advantage of this unique opportunity. And Sri Mooji will be with us in a moment. Thank you.
Thank you. So before all of our events are alternatives, we like to welcome in three qualities to the church. The first quality is wisdom, the second quality is love, and the third quality is welcomed by our speaker, and Mooji has chosen truth. So Richard will light the three candles to invite in the qualities.
Shanti. Asato ma Satgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Asato ma Satgamaya Tamaso ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Asato ma Satgamaya
Om. Namaste. Welcome everyone to Satsang here, and those of you who are not so familiar with the term Satsang, we can just simply call it gathering. The real meaning comes from Sanskrit, actually meaning to associate with truth in its highest form, you can say like that. But in practical terms, it is just as we are doing here. We're sitting together to explore into nature of the self. Now, I have not come as a lecturer. I'm not that. I even hesitate to accept the title of teacher or something. I'm really hoping that somehow a way will become clear, that I can simply point towards something that I feel is the most important discovery in the human kingdom. Now, not all of humanity is here, naturally, but it would suffice if even one or two people caught it. And it should not be difficult because it is nothing foreign or alien to you. In fact, it is the one thing that is ever present in you, more present than our present idea of who we are is. So I am looking forward to somehow the challenge or opportunity of using these couple of hours to see where we can get with this. And it only will depend upon this thing, the depth of your own urge to find that which I am pointing to. I don't need to find it for you. We all can see. If there is that urge in you, the urge itself will bring you to it, is my feeling. So big welcome to everybody, and I would also like to welcome all those who are joining via broadcasting from different places around the world who wanted to be here with us in some form. And the internet is an excellent way in which people can participate in this exploration together. They may not be able to ask questions in quite the same way that you sitting here have the facility to do that, but nevertheless, the experience is totally open. Not everyone here will be able to ask a question or even want to ask a question. But if the right questions are asked, if the opportunity is revealed wherein we can explore together and come to that very clear seeing and not merely an intellectual conviction, but actually a direct hit of understanding. And such is the nature of that it can create, in fact, a change, a reorientation of the way in which we think and the way in which the life unfolds even from that moment of understanding, if it takes place. I hope not everything or most things I say to you, I hope it will not feel like a stranger to your ears, inasmuch as this echoing for myself sounds very strange. I don't know if you can hear me clearly enough. Can I get some feedback? Yes. Huh? You can't hear? That's the trouble I'm having also, some woofing or something. Why don't you come to, I was told beforehand that because of the acoustics of the place, which I'm sure is marvelous in other ways, that there has been a little challenge in trying to get the voice. I like to keep the voice as natural and as plain as possible, but it is a little bit to do with perhaps the shape of the hall and so on. If you really want to hear, then please come down or come to a place that you can hear. I'm sure that. Can you show me a hands of where you can hear clearly? So there's plenty of room, see, in the space where you can hear. Maybe you will not be able to see as well, but I would put it that the hearing is better than the seeing. And there's a little time for shuffling around. I have to put up with a little echo. I'm hoping you're not hearing in the same way I'm hearing, because it's very much like I'm speaking inside a bottle or something. You can come and sit here. You can come and sit here also. You can come and sit. Please come. We are used to being very intimate and just have the feeling you're on an Indian bus or something, and just come and sit, which feels place where you feel comfortable and where you can hear me. And can you hear me also okay here? So I'm the only one who don't get a chance to hear well. Very good. It's very good. Very good. Some can come even more around. Yes, come. This is very good. I think some more is coming, you know. So, if I don't wait for everybody to come, and I keep on speaking, and if you need to come, you keep on coming. I heard today that somebody say that they're experiencing a heat wave in London at 22 degrees or something. And apparently the whole of Sahaja burst out laughing because it's like 42 degrees there. So if it were such an occasion that we had to be here in this space together, and you would only be able to come out once you get the point, and it's getting hotter by the moment. Sometimes it takes this type of thing to really apply or to open yourself up fully to the possibility of what I've come to, or what I endeavor to share with you, if your hearts are open to that. And if I were to say, who here, if the opportunity was truly alive, if it was really possible to wake up to the complete understanding of your true nature today, here, who is really up for this? Very impressive. Very impressed. She's put her hands up twice. I sit before you and with you today to tell you in my heart this is totally possible. As far as the truth is, it is totally possible. One, because what I hope to share and perhaps even prove, you may think daring words to say that, is that if truth is what you are seeking, you needn't go far because it is already what is inside your heart. And that truth is not limited to some sacred cluster of concepts. Truth is the spirit of life itself. That you are not merely having a life, you are life itself. And also that the play of life is perceived in you, in the consciousness that you are. Understanding these simple things, I regard them as simple. And why simple? Simpler than simple, because what is to be found, you cannot help it, you cannot make it more perfect. It is already perfect. If you want to call it God or the Supreme Being or truth, it all amounts to the same thing. You started from there. If you say God has created you, He could not have created something imperfect. So how did the sense of imperfection come? I hope we have time to find out today about this. And why not? It is not something that is complex. Truth has always been simple. It is the seeker of truth that is complex and cannot move out of the way and trips over itself. Truth is not a hill that you must climb. It is said that the truth, or God, is infinite, omnipresent, imperishable, timeless, or if you like, eternal. If this is the case, why does it seem or appear to be hidden from us? We have to start again at the most. Let's start at the beginning. The most important thing to each human being is themselves. And you know yourself in the form I am, I exist. Nobody taught you this. Not even your parents taught you this. It is the very consciousness itself that is announcing itself in the body in the form I am, means I exist. I am here. It is said, I am is also the name of God. And that all sentient beings refer to themselves spontaneously, intuitively, in the form I am, I exist. Am means to be, that which is. Who is the I that am? I exist, I am. What is I? Because all say I. Nobody taught you I. Everything else you imagine you know is subsequent to the arising of the sense I am. That is the firstborn, the first knowledge. I am. Until you are aware of yourself, you cannot be aware of others. Even the sense of you is only relevant in front of the sense I. First I, then you I perceive, then world, time, change, life, death, all these things come and are perceived from the standpoint of I am. I functions also as the weakness of life inside this body. And this weakness is also consciousness. You cannot be a weakness and not be conscious. What it means to witness, it means to observe. All of life you observe. Some of it you wish to save what you see, what you experience. If it feels beautiful, you wish to save it. If it feels ugly or painful, you wish to discard it. But either way, you save it. And what you save remains in you as significant. None of it can exist without you. You are the witness of it. What makes this seem not clear enough is the sense in us that makes us feel limited in the concept of being a person. Just be open for a moment. A person, in each body, there is the belief, I am, and I am a person. What is a person? It is experienced and believed and taken for granted that the person is a fact and not a fiction. Actually, the fact is consciousness, awareness. That is the fact. The fiction is, I am a person. A person is a very limited form of consciousness. Once the consciousness arises in the body in the form I am, the tendency of this I am principle is to identify with the body in which it is appearing, and then the belief comes, I am the body. But consciousness is not merely the body. After I am the body belief come, then other conditioning, other concepts, other beliefs can come in. I'm a man, I'm a woman, I'm a person. This and this can come. I am just coming over these. You don't have to take any notebooks about it. Just covering smoothly over how consciousness gets transformed into the mode of a person. Because as soon as the consciousness identifies with the body, then it believes gender, I am a man or a woman. It begins to become limited by attachment to the body. Male, female, man, woman, it is all fine. I was going to show you all of this. But the more it picks up and believes in these qualities, I'm a doctor, I'm a policeman, I'm a husband, I'm a wife, I'm the daughter, I'm so and so. The more it believes and clings on to these concepts, the more limited it becomes. The smaller its world become like that. And so each time we become more attached to any concept, it is as though we are taking some form of sleeping pill. You're beginning to forget more and more your original nature. Whatever your religion, even if you have none, there is something that has an intuitive sense that something is wrong or missing in the way that we perceive. First thing. The sense I am. If you feel this feeling, of course you must. Whenever you feel the feeling I, it implies consciousness and not merely person. feel the sense of being as we are sitting here. The vibration, I exist, I am. If you don't add any stories to it, you can be doing this now also. If you just feel, don't attach any identity to it for a moment, from past or any projection about future. Just the sense of being. Don't allow it to connect with any other intention, any story, any desire, any aspiration. It is not the senses. It perceives the senses and their functioning, but it is earlier than the senses. Sometimes the mind says, oh, you can't feel anything, there's nothing there. But even the mind saying such a thing is perceived in the sense of presence, without any effort being made on your part. All the information that comes through the senses report to this central intelligence in you. This the feeling of being. And also the mind's habit to bring in interpretations about what you are experiencing. That is also observed in you. All the varying states that manifest in consciousness, it is to you that they report. You witness their presence and their absence, their coming and their going. Everything comes and goes. And everything is witnessed to come and go. Who is this witness of all that comes and goes? First of all, it is already a fact, irrefutable, that whatever appears, disappears. Whatever comes, goes. Whatever rise, fall. Like a stream of clouds passing, everything seems to be passing. Not only are they passing, but they are witnessed to be passing. Where is this witness? Who is it that is witnessing even? Because even without the intention to witness, the witnessing happens spontaneously in you. As soon as you wake up, what you may call the waking state of consciousness, then immediately, spontaneously, the functioning of perception begins in you. So you're even aware of perceiving itself. You follow or not? That awareness itself. Is there anything that is greater than this awareness itself that is in you? Who gave you this awareness? Where is its beginning? Where is its end? It witnesses the beginnings and the endings of all sensation. But does it itself have a beginning or an end? Have I gone too far to be talking like this? Hello? No. Oh, thank you. Some of you may feel a sense of tiredness arising in the body. It's a fake tiredness. It's not true. It is really just a form of avoidance, by the mind, psychological mind. It is as though we have these two powers in us. One that is very open to evolution, to growth, to understanding, to freedom. And the other is very much what I call the earth mind. That which doesn't want you to grow, doesn't want you to change, want you to be same old, and just functioning only as a person, concerned always about your little troubles and so on. You see? You must be aware of these energies in you. You must discern the difference between yourself and your mind. Once you are clear that you can exist without the psychological mind, but it cannot exist without you. Once these become clear for you, your life will become more bright, more light. You will discern those energies or those forces that are inclined to drag you down. And you'll see more that which is an inspiration or a lightening up. You will know them. You will be aware of both. And eventually you will come to see that you're beyond even these, beyond the bad one and even beyond the good one, because still you are the witness of these contrasts and extremes. There are many things I could tell you. Most you don't need to know right now. My intention would be to give a clearer picture, maybe a map, not maybe it's not necessary, maybe a light by which you will come to see your true position in the functioning of perception. This is all, and the most significant, the most important discovery you should make is to have a clear understanding of your true position in the functioning of perception. Once you are clear about it, then everything will automatically fall into place. If you are not clear about it, you'll always be acting with a disadvantage from the wrong place. And your mind will keep on creating lots of falsehood, and you'll keep on believing it. I want to show you that there's a way out of it completely and naturally. No pills, no injections, no drugs. And that which you may find and can find is totally intact here. That's a mystery and a paradox, because all searches seem to take you out towards something, but the discovery of the self is an entirely internal affair, and it can be immediate also. Now, as I'm speaking with you, I'm remembering your hands being up. That says, yes, I'm here for this. You should remember that. I call that true intelligence, healthy consciousness, for any human being to be searching for the truest, not a version of yourself, but the truest discovery of what you are in reality, not what you make up. That already I would call auspiciousness. Let's take a look. Supposing someone came in from outside and said, there's a blue Fiesta standing in front of the gate. It's on fire. Whose car is it? Maybe at first they may say, whose car is it? And you may feel it's mine, but I don't want to go out and move it. But if they say, it's on fire, whose car is it? You're going to say, it is mine. You won't say, it is me. Meaning, it belongs to me. It's not what I am. It's my property. You say, it is mine, or my car. Okay? Let's listen. You also say, my body was so exhausted. My body, not me. My body was totally a wreck. Possession also, my body, not me. Who are you? You say, my earring used to be much better 2 years ago than it is now. It used to be, I say, 95%, now 62%. So, my hearing again, not me. Something discern the effectiveness and the lack of effectiveness of hearing or any other sense. My hearing is deteriorated. You may say, my belief, not me. Your belief can change also, and you're aware of that. I used to have this belief, but it's not what you are. It's just what you believe. My belief. My husband has left me. My life is over. My husband. My life. Not me. Who says these things? You say, my intellect also, my powers to discern was much more sharp. My memory was better. My memory, my family, my country, my religion, not me. Who are you? If you could leave all these things, even my breath, not me. My heart, not me. Who is this who says my? If all the things you say and relate to as my or mine was left aside, what remains here? Who is that who says my? Could it be identified? These are now questions, they're not homework. It's something you can answer now. If you could leave all the things, if anything you see could be taken away, could just be taken out for a moment, we take everything out. My thoughts, leave them out for a minute. My memory, let's leave memory out. All your possessions, we'll take away from you only for a few minutes for this exercise. Everything that can be touched by my or mine, my life, my senses, my memory, my religion, my belief, my future, my past, my kidneys, my liver, my health, my blood type, my ancestry, my certificates, my graduation, all these things are taken away from you. Everything. There is something that cannot be removed. Do you know this or not? You must instinctively know that. There is something that cannot be taken. What is this something? It is here also. It causes your listening to happen. It makes you understand. It gives understanding. You watch understanding happening. You observe that something is connecting or not connecting. Who are you? Who are you? Allow a little space for my question. Who are you? This is the one thing you cannot make up. It needs no stories. He's saying most people know it's your awareness. Let's not just leave it as an answer, because you may give what may sound like the correct answer. It's my awareness. Okay. But which is what? Right now, that is only another concept. Get inside this. Be one with this. Really feel what is being spoken. Don't refer to awareness like it's another thing that can be seen. What is left? Be very present with it. This is my question with you just now. Leave everything aside for a moment. In fact, many things that you have known all your life somehow has been changing. And you have been aware of the changes, and you are still here. Some of you are missing one kidney, one lung, one foot. But you are still totally you. That which is aware of to have or to not have, what does it want? Is anyone willing to participate in this exercise? Follow. Because for once you may never have done this. Just to isolate everything that comes and goes, to find the thing that does not come or go. Would you not want to find out? Don't you want to find out? Yes. That which does not come and go. Everything else can come and go. Here is the opportunity. Okay, he's saying this feels, it's like my own feeling of presence. It is also aware even of the feeling of presence, even of the awareness that you are aware that you exist. Even that is also perceived in it. Let me ask you, does it have a shape? Yeah. Does it have a date of birth? Does it have a religion? I'm only hearing one person going, no, 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 and everybody going. But I would feel that each one is in the position to verify what I'm speaking. If you have followed, it's worth giving a few moments just to clarify and possibly verify that there is some indefinable quality or qualityless something, nothing, that is here, that is not a commodity that anybody possess. Would that be right? Can you verify like this? Then I would put it, then you are fully well onto the road of recovery. You are the recovering consciousness. Meaning, if you are clear, make sure it's not your head saying this. Your head can be giving the answer. Yes, yes, something there. But this something, is it greater than the you have been thinking you are, or lesser than the you that you've been thinking you are? Greater. If it is greater than the you that you've been thinking you are, is it not you, or is it something else? It is your very self. It is your very self. Each time we look like this, our questions will become higher. I'm trying to get you to this place, your truest place, so you can answer the best question. If it is you, this, is it worried about anything? That's the same voice is saying no. There's a saying, there's only one of us. I think it's sitting over there somewhere. And there, and there, and there, and there.
It's not personal.
Yes. Take this microphone, I want to speak. Say again now.
It's not personal.
It is not personal. It is not personal. Listen, it is not personal. Is there anybody here who can stand up and say, I am not personal? If something can say, it is not personal, that must itself be impersonal. Who is answering this question? Is it the thing which is impersonal or something personal answering?
It's not me.
It's not you. Listen, guys, I want to tell you something. Okay? Tonight can be a very important night. Ticking away doesn't matter. Listen to what she says. She says, it's not me. This answer did not exist before you spoke it. You are determining this answer. You say, it's not me. Why is it not you? Why is it not you? Why are you convinced it's not you? Because you have a conviction that the conditioned self is the fact of who you are. And because you believe the conditioned mind or self is who you are unable to say that this purer state of consciousness is not me. Whereas here it is seen, no, that is the real you. And the one who is saying, it's not me, this one is the fictional you. How are we going to meet about it? The conviction is inside. It's not me. I know who I am. I tell lies. I think bad things of people. I'm selfish. I'm good sometimes. You see? And that has become a conviction. Now being in the position to be aware of a higher state of consciousness, you're saying, it's not personal. That is not personal. And you didn't take any time to think about it. Like a reflex, you answered this question. And yet when I ask you, and who are you who is evaluating that to be impersonal? What is your status? And he said, no, it's not me. I am not that. I cannot be that. Then who are you then? Who are you then? Madam, who are you then? Huh?
All I can say is that the everyday me is not here.
It's not here.
Well,
Listen. The everyday me is not here. And not because the day is finished. The everyday is not here. The everyday me is not here. Why?
I think it's because I'm sitting with you.
Have I thrown some magic powder in your face or something? You know what has happened? Here you cannot keep up yourself as a person. Why? Because I cannot accept you as a person. I cannot accept any of you as a person. Here is for this gathering is about consciousness, conversing with consciousness about consciousness. Your person need to be reminded it's a person by other so-called persons that it perceive. There is a saying, I am not seeing the world as it truly is. I am seeing the world as I am. So if I'm a person, this world is full of persons. Right now, 7.5 billion persons are contemporaries on the planet right now. 7.5 billion egos? That's a lot of ego. 7.5 billion presences? We got a lot of space. Lot of space. 7.5 billion egos, pure claustrophobia. We need a few more wars, make some space. Because two egos clashing, one town is not big enough. Somebody has to leave town. Ego is only a mask worn by the Absolute for a time. And even in the duration of one life, this mask keeps changing. None of its faces are yours absolutely. Playfully, superficially, but profoundly, no. And yet, every face you have seen, every mask you have worn, none of them are you. Only belief, deep conditioning, belief, fear makes your mask grip onto your being. It is not true. Now I'm going to prove it to you. Your person is also perceivable. And whatever you perceive cannot be you absolutely. It is only a sensation or some phenomenal representation arising in your conscious field. You cannot see yourself directly. You may see the idea you have of yourself. I gave an example before, like imagine a very sharp knife, like a scalpel or something. It can cut many things, but it cannot cut itself, because it is one. To cut, there must be two. Or a scale that can weigh so many objects, but it cannot weigh itself. Why? Because it is one. Or the eyes that can see so many objects, but they cannot see themselves. You can try, you cannot do it. Similarly, you, being one, indivisible oneness, cannot see yourself. You can only be yourself. You say, but I can look at myself in the mirror. What you see in the mirror is your body, your form. That which is perceiving your form, what form is it? Your ideas about life also, which we take and speak about as though they are eternal facts, which are here today and in a few moments they change, compelled by moods and other factors which are untraceable. And yet we speak as though we are talking about eternal things. But they are momentary in their effect. Everything, including the person you take yourself to be. And every time you speak about your person, you speak with such conviction. And yet on another day, this person is of no value to you. Your person cannot be what you are. It is like an ever-changing self-portrait. It can never be fixed and be satisfactory continually. The person is watched by a deeper state of consciousness, which is not personal. Imagine the lens, you can say, of perception. Everything on this side is the visible world. Are you an object in front of the lens of perception, or are you behind the lens of perception, or both and beyond? Huh? You say the last one. Please give her the microphone for me. Oh, please come. Yes, come sit here, let us. Ah, thank you.
When I entered today,
Yes, today, yes.
I could see every single body in me.
You could?
See everybody, individual people.
You could see all the people individually, yes.
It's now like it's ice in water.
Huh?
Water. I kind of don't see anybody but nothing.
Right now,
One whole nothing.
you're seeing not all these individualities, but like all a sense of one wholeness, which is nothing, you say?
Yeah, invisible,
Yes.
one nothing. Like,
Yes.
people are there,
Yes.
because I know that. But there's just one clear I'm melting,
Yes.
but I'm see-through and invisible, and I see physical, but he's what I was, not what we are. I can't explain.
Yes. Yes. Is it a disappointing discovery? Yeah.
It's life, calm.
Yes. Yeah. It's alive. It's calm. This is the fruit of your own seeing, is that you come to a deep state of resting. Like resting in a kind of emptiness. Now, we have not been cultured or conditioned to give any value to these type of experiences or this type of seeing. We have been told you must get, you must collect, grow more, take, make, dig, find, keep, grow. And no one gives value to really paying attention to what you are. No one gives any sense that you are itself the great wealth. It seems wealth is really given to inanimate things, a car or a house or money or things like this. So we undervalue ourselves. Then the mind becomes even afraid, or appears to be afraid, to discover anything here. Everything is to be out there. And everything on this side of the eyes is perishable. Everything on this side of the eyes belongs to time. It is perishable. And yet much of our life we give to pursue what is perishable, what is always changing. Little research, little genuine research is turned internally. When we look out, we see the world of names and forms, of diversity and change. When you close your eyes and look in, what do you see? Do you see kidneys and lungs and things like this? No, you don't. When you close your eyes, you feel a sense of spaciousness, of something without limits. You feel a kind of silence, a timelessness, peace. And yet even these that appear in your mind or through imagination are themselves also phenomenal also. They also change. Let's try and see if we can perceive the perceiver itself. The objects of perception we can perceive. What about the perceiver of perception? Let's try a little. Don't just go to the mind for the same old speculations. Try and see or to find the very center of perception, the birthplace of perception. Because something is aware of perceiving. There is perceiving of perceiving. Be in this place. Now you can do. Why I say now? You don't need any vehicle to go there. In fact, there is no distance there. Be here. Just be here. Pay a little attention to your heartbeat. To your sense of being. What is happening here? Is it chaos? Is it restlessness, anxiety? Is there fear here? Yes. He says, Here there is peace. But my questions is sending his body into convulsions. What is happening is that the side or that part of the mind which is personal can't bear what I'm saying. It wants to stop. It wants to leave. Some people have left already. Well, I see it going out. Because actually, when it comes to self-discovery, some force is running away. It will come up to the door of nirvana. It will come to the very gates of heaven, but he can't come in. You will say, let's go, come, let's go. But when he goes there, he has to come back. He'll say, I'll be back. But he's gone. Something inside creates a kind of restlessness around these things. What you are perceiving is the usual anxieties that accompany the unfolding or the unveiling of the true. And the mind goes into a state of irritability. And because it has been your buddy for so long, you will say, come on, let's go. Let's go. McDonald's, just around the corner there. And you'll go out and you'll feel great. Oh, my God. Fresh air. Wonderful. That was a near-death experience, my God. Okay? But many of you must have felt this before. It's just another bout. Yes.
It's just like something wants to bust loose, you know?
Yeah.
It feels like, thank you. It feels like something wants to bust loose, and it feels like, you know, when you feel the chakra system kind of opening up, and that's it really.
What
And I would like you to push it harder.
yeah.
Bust it loose. It
Okay.
feels like I need to kick off
Let's
some
take a look, because he's saying when we listen and when he follows the direction, he comes to a place of peace. But at another level, another layer at the body, something is wriggling and it wants to burst open. And he's saying, I want to burst open. The mind is going to try and make this into a big deal. You need to burst open. You need to burst open. But actually, if something bursts open, it's still not you. It will just be somebody going, "Ah!" And afterwards, how do you feel? Yeah, I feel okay. It's still not our goal. That is just some kind of drama. Mind wants to say, no, if you burst open, then look, you know, you release your Buddha and all of this thing. And it may feel good. I will not stop it. Sometimes we encourage. You need to free up a little bit, have a shout, but that is not the goal. Even if something bursts open, there is a witnessing even of that. Be with the one who witness. Be in the place of the witness. Why I say this thing? Let me tell you why. If each time your mind is going to present that there is something great, it's really into special effects. It wants to burst open or sing hallelujah and trumpets. It wants this thing, okay? But this is not what you need. This is not what you need. The self, the pure self, does not need that. You see? It's okay if it happens. No, it doesn't mind. The weakness is not excited. It only looks. But in this looking, don't underestimate this looking. This looking is universal. It is the womb of peace and joy and silence and grace and wisdom and love itself. But the mind will say, there, look, nothing is going on. Nothing. And you, because you've listened before and before, you're inclined to believe these these premature conclusions that are created by the psychological mind. But the one who witnesses, such as a sage, for instance, they don't react to all of this stuff. They know it's nothing. It's just popcorn. It's nothing at all. But the regular person is jumping about and wants to do all these things, but they don't create any lasting result also. It is okay. It is okay to shout. I think it's quite healthy sometimes to act out of character. Not necessarily that you intend to do it. You may find that is happening. People are afraid of that, by the way. They want to be predictable and in control and to be seen to be Mr. Control. So the idea of having a shout or something or laughing loudly doesn't go down so well, you see. But we deny a lot of very natural human expression just to be Mr. Average. Mr. Average seems to be a very respected entity. Another name for him is Mr. Boring also. And he can just, he never screams, totally predictable. So there's a space for every expression in its right timing, but not if you plan it. Let it unfold. We need to let life show you itself more than you go out and try and take life. If you go out and try to carve a life or take a life, you end up feeling separate from life. And as I said before, you are life itself. The feeling of separation creates alienation, fear, doubt, aggressiveness, insecurity, selfishness. We have also lost a lot of trust and faith in life. We even feel it might be against you. This is not true. Much of this comes about because we have been cultured to act prematurely. Everyone is moving in a field of impatience. No one has time, not even the unemployed these days. Everybody's in a hurry moving to move like this. And it was reflected here in the sense that no one can wait to let things mature to their natural timing of expression because we get anxious. And something inside that tells you, you must act now or you'll miss your chance. Things like that. And we have not thought deeply about it. We just find yourself on the treadmill, running about like some frightened ghost or something. So this thing, again, I don't want to go through lessons about life, how to be. The most important thing is to grasp where your true place of looking is. There you will begin to start to find a peace within yourself, a natural stability, a natural knowingness that you're in the right place. Once that begins to settle, everything else will fall into the correct place, into alignment with the harmonious unfolding of the universe. These are simple lessons, but their effect and their fruit are magnificent. Magnificent. I came here today to see if it was possible to convey and get to, in the quickest possible time, a recognition of what your true place is within the field of experiencing. Because if we manage to get somewhere in recognizing this, your life is going to feel and be seen to be unfolding in a great harmony. And this is why I say, In truth, every human being is looking for the outcome of this. We just don't realize it. For now, maybe due to a certain immaturity in our functioning of perception, we are putting our goals in different direction. That is fine, and that has to happen. No human being can change that. But more and more stand the chance of cutting out a lot of wasted energy by recognizing this simple factor. Where are you looking from, and who are you looking out as? Now, if you haven't grasped it, then please say, and I'll try and put it to you again. This is how important it is. If I could condense the broadest lessons and the most important pointers, this would be at the top of the list. Because if you know everything about this world, but of yourself you don't know, then your knowledge about everything else is suspect. The beauty of life is not the doing. It's greater in its being than in its doing. In fact, you are not even the doer. The vital force, the consciousness, is doing everything. You only imagine. Like a child sitting in his father's lap in a car, believing he's doing the driving, when the father is behind everything. But even this we are not sure about. This is why I don't want to spend so much time about little snippets of knowledge, but to show you at least that on which everything else take their effect. The most important and central understanding in a spirituality of every kind boils down to this thing. I'm going to say one more thing also. All of us, we believe, all our efforts are made in the realm of phenomenality. What is meant by that? It means all our efforts is based in the realm of time and mind and conditioning. A very unstable field. This is why every now and again you have to reinvent, you have to change, you have to upgrade your system. Because the world works like that. It's in the field of changes. The most significant thing to discover is the unchanging one. Actually, the unchanging is your greatest truth. It is your God place. It is your greatest truth. Only by being conscious of the unchanging can you fully enjoy the changing. Because there is the unchanging in you, you can appreciate change, but you're not conscious of it. When you are conscious of it, then the play of the body-mind will not bind you. It will not overwhelm you. To understand the significance of the statement I'm making now, you can look at all the mental hospitals, all the battlefields, and you get a little taste of what it is to be out of alignment with your own inner being. We understand little of this world and less of ourselves even. Yourself is not merely a form or a thing. It is the spirit in the thing. And the spirit does not carry any autobiography. It is pure, it is ever fresh. It does not lean towards the past or reach towards the future. These things are insignificant for him. He is the God self. It is yourself. I feel the purpose and opportunity of this life is to really discover this. This is not the easiest planet to wake up on, because we are so easily distracted by the play of the senses and the mind. We take so easily to the conditioning of consciousness that converts pure consciousness into a personal entity. We believe it and believe it into existence and suffer from this belief. But some are finding it. You're finding it. It seems throughout the history of human beings, every now and again, a truly illumined being comes again to remind the world, I am not different from you. We are the same. It's just I know myself as I am, and you appear to not know. And everything they did was to serve the awakening of others. And yet the truth is, the light that they are is the same light in everybody. I don't know if we can say that we are suffering from some state of some kind of spell that makes us feel deeply convinced we are only our body and personal conditioning. But I know that grace is here. And grace is very much on your side. The psychological mind is on your back. And the worst thing is not to know that. Just sleep on. Do we have any questions for anybody here? Please come. Hi.
Hi. I feel like again and again in my life, grace has shown me the complete truth. I mean, obvious and undeniable and here and everything. And again, I have run away. And I did it physically. I was in Satsang with you 2.5 years ago. And it was the final session. And I started to think, oh, I'm not feeling very well. I wasn't sick. I wasn't sick at all. And I thought, oh, I should leave. I should go home. And I snuck out really quietly. And as soon as I was out of the door, I did. I felt fantastic. I was like, oh, this. And it was like, oh, that was definitely the right thing to do, to go home. And it was only later on I thought, it probably wasn't. And I'm here. I want to sit here in front of you where I can't run away. I'm here.
Yes. Again, it is important to recognize what precisely wants to run away. Because you came, no? You came. Is the one who came the one who wants to run away? You know what it is about. Still you came. Is the one who came the one who wants to run? This it is important to clarify and to verify for yourself, you see. Yeah? Mind wants to run, the conditioned identity, the person wants to run. All the things that we have believed and accepted to be what we are. And you're simply growing out of them like old clothes. And something, it's like this garment is a living garment and it doesn't want you to change him for something else. So something wants to do that. Some feeling inside wants to run. And I'll show you why it's not you. Because you're aware of this feeling to run. You're aware of it. You see? Yeah. And it starts to bring in any juicy thing to help your mind to get out there. And you says, of course, if you run out the door, you know, the mind will come and caress you and says, dear, dear, come to mommy. You see? Look what nearly happened to you. Let's go and have a takeaway. Come, nice coffee. And it will feel very nice because the mind by itself won't be doing this. This mind that we speak about, it is a relationship. You have to use your mind, the pragmatic, practical side of mind we need. Even a sage needs it. But the psychological nature, that mode of the mind, you do not need. And it is here where the greatest confusion lies. Because you believe that this is you. That's why you say, but I didn't want to go, but I find myself that I went there and like this. It is not something that can be easily explained. Because sometimes you are forced into something that turns out to be good for you. Another time, you know, you're forced or you feel forced into something that mostly when you feel forced to do something that is you think is bad, it often turns out to be good. And so do something that is good, you think, oh, this is good, it turns out to be a waste of time sometimes. So we can't just put it down as, you know, this is the manual for truthful existence. You have to feel it out. You have to find your swim. It is like I say that if you can't swim, even if you go to the best program on the internet, you cannot learn to swim by looking at the internet and practice in your bedroom. You have to go into the water itself and feel it and find it. And the same way, you have to be in the waters of satsang to feel all the stuff that comes up. Sometimes you may come to satsang, you feel nausea, you feel tired. You say, my God, you know, this place, I'm supposed to feel blessed and peaceful and happy. I'm feeling wretched. Some people like that. Some people find it like this because maybe for the first time, a space arises for you that allows you to strip back and see the things which are not working. And they come up and something wants to, no, I don't want to see this. But trust it. If it comes, it is by the timing of the Supreme. And remember that grace is with you. If your choice is for truth, the whole universe supports your transcendence, not just your mind. But the mind feels the most near and the most familiar voice. And sometimes this is where your bad decisions are made. And we have to taste it also. It's not so bad. You have to taste all this thing. We will make mistakes, so to speak, on a level. Because from them you will grow. And sometimes grow in the most rapid way. You see, if you are earnest, you'll leave behind many things quickly. You see. But you would not have come up here to tell me how much you want to run. If the one wants to run, they know, they will sit like near to the door or something and, you know, leave like they need to go to the loo or something and that's it. But you are sitting right here. You did not come here to run. Usually the people who come and sit right up at the front, they come, they may not be so conscious of it, but they come for freedom. Some come to the back and gradually start to move more to the front. I don't think you came here to, of course, to expose that there is some energy that feels like it wants to escape. It's wriggling around. And it could even make you unable to hear what I'm speaking also. Your mind can do it. It just starts to go. What is that? Some people come to satsang, as they come in, it says, Namaste. I mean, mostly they can't sleep at home. They come to satsang, there's a big sleeping tablet. So it's not the true sleep. Trust it. It is just stirring up something and it's just flushing something out. Stay the course. It is only a few minutes. Sometimes we feel that all the trouble in the world is out there. But a lot of it is inside here too. Just that we're used to this one. You see. And it's not so much trouble. It exaggerates itself. The mind always comes with a magnifying glass. It says to you, look at me. And you think, oh my God, I'm finished, like this. But it is nothing at all. It is nothing at all. It's just a bluff that has been working for a very long time, supported by your belief. How are you feeling now?
There aren't any words, really. There are no words that could describe.
Right. Actually, please come. There's no words that can describe you. All words is to describe something else. Thank you.
It's great to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.
You talk about the unchanging, truthful nature of oneself, but I'm at a disadvantage because I've never felt that.
Okay.
And I'm certainly not feeling it this evening either. I'm feeling a little bit nervous now. What has been unchanging, I'm 50 years old, and what has been unchanging are different degrees of fear and different degrees of self-contempt. Sometimes a little bit, sometimes more, sometimes fleeting moments when I approve of myself, but they're fleeting. And also noticing amongst everyone I meet that they're like me. They're no different. Everyone I meet is more or less fearful, more or less detesting themselves. And that's what's been unchanging for me for half a century. And that's what I'm largely expecting to be the case for the next 50 years if I live that long.
Would you want to live that long for another 50 years feeling like that?
I'm not in a position to decide. So I'm appreciating your teaching, but I think I'm going to go away again this evening with this unchanging feeling.
Let's see. You say that this has been unchanging. But it must be sufficiently changing to talk about it being more or less like this and sometimes like that, and something is changing. And obviously, from a certain place, your look to evaluate its coming and going or its seeming unchangefulness. You're watching from a much less changing place to observe that these conditions that you speak about, they fluctuate, but on a certain grade, they're pretty much around most of the time. They must be coming from still a place to see that. What would be different is that there is a desire to have those conditions change in order that an idea you have of yourself may benefit from their absence.
Well,
You follow it?
yeah, I prefer a knee that's not hurting to one that's in pain.
Yes. So do I. I also prefer a knee that is not hurting. I would prefer this to some extent, but not so significantly, actually. Not so much. My attention is not so much on that, if I must put it. I have also been told I have various conditions in the body that have been there, and what food not to eat and what things not to eat, which I have not really listened to so much. Not in defiance. Not in defiance. Maybe just holding out for present pleasures, later pains, I don't know, whatever. Okay? But what you speak and you say, that pretty much even most of the people you meet appear to be more or less unhappy, similar sort of state. I would not disagree with that, actually. I witness it a lot also, you see. But I also know why they're not happy, largely. Because you are not living in your true state. We are not living in our true state. Even if those conditions, it is still possible that with the conditions that you mention, not by themselves are they enough to make you unhappy. Something else must be invested in them to say, yes, what reason have I to be happy? And if you entertain that notion, it will proliferate and produce other offsprings to confirm even more strongly the reason why you're not happy about things. What is happiness after all? What is happiness after all? Can anything in your body be the cause of your unhappiness or your happiness ongoingly? It is more a state of mind than it is a state of body. You say, you put it that you almost have no particular reason to be happy. And I put it that you are happiness itself, which you certainly not agree with me. And I can't agree with you. I can only on the surface agree that if you feel that way deeply, I will not interfere. If you want to feel like that. But you cannot present it as a fact that I'm just unhappy because God made enough happy ones and then you show them, strike this one or something. It is not possible. The unhappiness, relatively, of people can change very quickly with their cooperation. Can change very quickly. I've even put it, actually, that even to say, even if you cannot put your finger on why you should say this, that if you get up or any time of the day in your house, you don't have to do it publicly, you don't have to demonstrate it. If you simply say, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Just this. Not thank you for my birthday card, not thank you for the gift, no, just thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Start like that, and it will begin to make clear to you many more genuine reasons why you should say thank you. And enjoy even, feel even privileged to even say thank you. even this may open up again your consciousness to really let the blood flow again.
But why should I feel grateful that I've been born into a body? It seems a very disadvantaged place to be.
Not for me. I cannot say that you must love something about it. You must love something about it. You chose those very nice t-shirt and watch and things like this. You have a sense of appreciation about life. You didn't come in here dressed in a Tesco bag. You take care of your body. You have a nice haircut, something. Huh? They wouldn't let you in. No, don't put it down, please. Don't put it down. Don't put it down. First, I don't believe you. I don't believe you are the state you are saying you are. But okay, even if I gave you the benefit of that and say, yeah, okay, you are deeply unhappy that you are born in a body, and that for 50 years or so you have been pretty much in a miserable state of what? What?
I didn't say that.
No. Okay, then say
You're
what you
saying
say.
that. No, I didn't say that.
Tell me what you say.
I said that the one constant thing through my life has been different levels, sometimes mild, sometimes strong, different levels of dissatisfaction, but more dislike of myself. And my feeling is that if everyone, my feeling is that most people are in that same state, as I said, and what's more, that in fact, if we could rid ourselves of that particular feeling, there would be peace would break out throughout the world. I put everything down to that feeling of fear.
Okay, no, I am appreciating that. Let me ask you something. If when you say dissatisfied with your sense of self, did you say like this? Yes. What particularly, for instance, are you dissatisfied with?
Well, everything really. I mean, where do we begin? The way, you start in the morning when you look in the mirror. Mm-hmm. Your face could be a little bit more like this or like that. Your body could ache a little bit more or a little bit less. You could say the right thing at the right time. I wish I'd said this. I wish I'd said that. I wish I had his job or her job. I wish somehow I had more wisdom. I wish I was more like Mooji.
These are, though, I would say, some form of conditioning, some kind of a kind of programming that's been set somehow to be thinking in that way.
But we all share that programming. The programming is in the room, everyone.
Yes, but you're not limited to that programming. And as I said before, something is aware of, some people would not even call it a kind of conditioning. They just say that is how things are. It's a fact, unchangeable. Some people may even go that far to say that. And you may disagree with this. You may say that perhaps it is changeable, it is alterable. It cannot be as a fact, because if it was a fact, everyone would feel like that, and that is not true that everybody feels like that. Many people do, and many people don't feel like that. So it is not like, to be born or whatever it is automatically a miserable state or something. And when I ask you what particularly you're dissatisfied with, and the things you gave, there's a certain stage in one's spiritual evolution when you come to see that everything you say is perhaps a lie. Everything you think is a lie. Your old way of thinking is really unreliable, inconsistent, untrustworthy. And that can be a stage in an evolutionary drive towards a much higher state of consciousness also. This is why I ask you, what do you dislike? It may not be a bad thing to dislike your person if your person brings up all these type of ideas and resistances and judgments, and if there's a dislike for that, that could be a very positive thing. But if the dislike is only personal, then you say, whoa, double whammy, I don't know, if it's only personal. But if there could be a healthy dislike of certain characteristics or behavior or expressions, which I feel is quite healthy also. But when you say more or less consistently over a period of so many years, and that there has not really been any real shift in that state, then I point you back to say the weakness of that. What is the state of the weakness of those states? Can you find a way to say, well, yes, of course, those states are being witnessed from a position which itself is not suffering or doesn't have opinions about that? Or is the weakness also contaminated by such feelings?
Well, it's the witness. The witness doesn't necessarily feel like a benign presence. It feels neutral. It feels like, a neutral awareness that things are going on, but it doesn't feel blissful. It doesn't make me want to cry or celebrate or get down on my knees.
This is fine, but it is a state above the previous state. If there's a state of equanimity or, let's say, neutrality, it makes space for something possibly greater or magnificent to be expressed. Whereas in the lesser state, it's almost a claustrophobic state, has no room to let things in. So this is why I point to the state of the weakness. And the weakness, you may say the weakness does not, it's a more neutral state, but it doesn't make me want to celebrate. Again, the weakness is not there for the benefit of the person. The weakness is altogether apart from the person. In fact, it does not pay that much attention, what I would say passionately, about the so-called person. In fact, through witnessing of the person itself gets diluted in its apparent importance. And as that gradually fades out of the picture, greater joy moves in.
Well, I'm looking forward to that joy, and I'm not being cynical. I look forward to that, if indeed what you say is true.
First, come to the position of the weakness, and not just say, well, yes, that state is there also, and it's more neutral, but it's not anything to get excited about. No, it's okay, fine. It is still a state above the apparently suffering person or the miserable person. The weakness is not carrying the luggage of the person. The person is bearing witness to itself in the presence of the weakness. The weakness looks on quite neutrally, if you can say, but it will not verify that, oh, this person is suffering terribly, I must do something about it. It stands apart as a greater reality than the apparent person who is suffering in its presence. Once the weakness is aware of itself, the reality center shifts to the place of the weakness and no more occupies the position of the person. And gradually, like this, the person begins to fade because of the lack of attention given to it. It is growing on the food of attention, self-interest, identity. That is what is proliferating. It's really perpetuating the state of that misery. But the weakness is a state very separate from it. And if, as you discover more and trust that state more, just to be with it without saying there's nothing to celebrate, because that would be the voice coming again to say there's nothing here, why go there? But stay in the place of the weakness and you'll see what happened. Thank you, thank you. And you see, for me, I very much enjoy to talk with you about these things because I see that it can change so powerfully, in fact. It is just a change of attention. And to give enough space for that attention to breathe a little bit by itself without holding the hand of this suffering person. And you'll soon see that that person does not really exist. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Someone, when they come. You're
So much fear.
Lots of fear come. Yeah. I would just like to say, if you can, there's just a few more minutes left in this room. Don't give them to your mind. And don't go. Stay it out. And then you may go because then it's the time to go. Don't let your mind drive you out, because if you let you do that, it will have more strength in preventing you from coming another time to another satsang. Big mistake, I would say. Yes.
I just want to say thank you and that I love you so much, and it's just so much gratitude. My life has transformed because of you. And I used to feel the way that the man who was speaking before felt. I could resonate with that. But it's not true. There's the more that we inquire and surrender and love, the greater the space that opens, and grace just shines through and transforms everything. And I stood before you a couple of years ago in London, and I knew that I was standing before God. And I just want to say thank you. And I love you.
I love you too. And one thing I want to say, and listening to you say this, is that we don't have to worry that you have to put things right. Choose to be free, and righteousness will come to you. You don't have to undo. Nobody can rebuild and to make up for all the... It's not like that. And what I'd like to give is a very short account of actually what happened. When I was a teacher at college, for a while, I was a popular teacher, loved the students, and we would always eat with them and talk with them and this type of thing. And I had in those days, I was living nearby the college where I was teaching art. And some of the students, I would bring them back to my studio. And they would come there, and then gradually they'd come, and they'll come with a beer, start to drink and work and so on. Something enjoyed it for a while. But as this inner transformation was getting more deep, I was coming to see, but I don't like this environment that I've allowed to be created, no? And I needed to change it, and I needed to change it desperately. And I was walking through Brockwell Park on the way home one day, and I saw it so brightly inside. No, this has to change, no? They've got their own key, they come into the door, they're going up, but they're smoking, they're drinking beer and paying. I said, something's not right. But at the same time, I felt it was very difficult for me to say to them, I don't want you to come anymore. It would just sound like such a heavy thing, such a burden, such a rejection. And I remember praying inside, oh, Father, you are showing me all this. And I know it has to change, and I'm totally willing. Just yes, yes, yes. Just show me, put the words in my mouth, what to say and how to do this. And, you know, I'm ready right now. And you know what happened? From that day, none of these students came back to the house. I never went to one of them and say, look, Darren, Sophie, I'm sorry, but I don't want you to come. You know, somehow I did not feel I had the strength to say that, because I loved them so much, they loved me, but I felt this was a very difficult thing to do. But just because I chose, yeah, even if it is the most difficult, yes, I see it has to be done. Just help me, stand with me, put the words in my mouth to speak. None of these things. How did it come about? I never went to them and said, why don't you come to my house anymore? I just forgot about it. And they forgot about it. No one ever came and says, I'm sorry, I don't come anymore. Nothing. What happened? What happened? Miracles happen. Your life has got to be miraculous also. It has to be miraculous. In so many ways, unexpected. So what I'm saying to you is not that you've got a lot of things to make up for, you're going to have to change your life, you're going to have to do, I don't say anything. I just say, choose what is true. And grace will step in. It works on your behalf. If you choose what is right, if you choose in your heart what is right, it will not turn out to be wrong for someone else. They may rebel a bit, they may, but it will turn out just fine. There's not really any real reason to be afraid. Take courage. You did not come here only to survive, but also to bear witness to the greatness and the glory of God, who lives in you as truth, as consciousness, as love. And all the things I say to you, I speak from my own immediate experience. I'm not speculating about anything. Whatever your face may look like, behind that mask I've seen. And so I can sit with you and remind you. Many things may appear in your mind to be, oh, I don't know if I can do this and it's too much. I said, don't worry about it. Don't worry. Just keep the yes inside your heart for freedom, for true. And I don't say spend the rest of your life in a hammock or something. You move in the way, and life will somehow be present with you.
Thank you to Papa G too.
Yeah.
Just looking at his photo and just thank you.
Yes, every gratitude is to him.
Can I hug you?
Yeah, yes,
Thank you.
yes. Thank you. So good. Love you. Very good. Thank you. Okay, somebody was there? Right, where we are told that, if I can see, we got 2 minutes for freedom.
Hello, Mooji. I've been waiting there so long to come. I'm not quite sure which question to ask now. But I think probably the most burning question. You've been speaking this evening about the forces that actually work towards us not being realised, if you like. But on the other hand, there's grace that's on our side. It seems in my case that the forces that are working against us, I just find it easy to be distracted. And I wondered if there's one thing that, your sort of biggest hint, if you like, that you could give to actually make that shift to be more aligned with grace than be distracted by the forces that for some strange reason want us not to be realized.
First thing, so as we are coming towards close, let your ears open really big, like this, to hear something. Even though I say that there seems to be some force that is working against your awakening, in the biggest picture, it is not true. I tell you why I say this. Because we need to be tested. The dark forces, sometimes I say the serpent's voice, cannot intimidate your pure self. It can only trouble or intimidate the idea you have of who you are. It can only intimidate your self-image, not you. You see? So somehow, a wise one, even though these things seem to be against you, it can only be against the person, not the self. The person also has to have something against it. This is how it brings out the consciousness that it really is. It goes through pain because a person wants to have all the fluffy moments and all the Nutella experiences and doesn't want anything bad and whatever. Yet it needs strong experiences to develop spiritual muscle to grow into consciousness, so to speak, if I can put it like that. So it's not a universal message, everything is against you. Because for one who is woke up, no force is against them. Everything they know, this is good for you. Even sometimes you say, oh, this is so terrible. My mind is, your mind is only attacking what you're not. It's helping you to be what you are. They can say that. It might take you a while to understand that. In your case, I would say, you are saying that I get distracted very easily. Please give me the super tip to help me to really focus on grace. But if you had to focus on grace by effort, then I'll be giving you a hardship. Because you oh my God, I got to focus on grace. Then it's not that. The grace is very natural for you. You actually, grace is another name for what you are. You see, I said something once, and I don't know if you have some space to hear it. What I actually said is, I am, before the idea that I could forget myself, or the concept that I needed to remember myself was believed. I am, before the idea that I could forget myself, or the idea that I need to remember myself was believed. What does it mean? That you think you forget yourself. But one time you're going to realize that is a ridiculous thing. I am just myself. You see? But I think I could forget, and now I keep forgetting myself. Please help me to remember myself. And you are yourself. It's just that the difference is we are remembering ourselves as a person. What you must remember, perhaps, is that you are not the person. Now you ask, help me to some tip that to remind me to focus on grace. If I say to you, actually, forget about everything. Suppose it seems a very irresponsible thing to say. You're very forgetful, then go all the way, forget everything. Forget everything, okay? Because in spite of saying that, forget everything, meaning that I'm taking away all your burden, or you don't have to remember anything, then whatever you remember, that must be something effortless. It will have no trouble for you, okay? I'm going to give this to you to say, just whatever you want to remember, just forget about it. And then I would like to follow up with you to see what is happening with you. So, yeah, Suze?
Just to clarify, so I forget everything, and...
Meaning don't give so much importance to those things. And see if you end up being stupid or something, or if you're going to walk and bump into trees if you forget everything, because I know you will not. In fact, it's going to be so, you're going to be so much more free from the burden of the need to remember something. And then you'll see that your consciousness works very well. I cannot give a bad instruction to your consciousness, you see. I can only give a bad instruction to your mind. If you are unburdened, I say, you don't worry about anything. Don't worry about anything. I would like you to try it. Don't worry about anything. Somebody call, but you have to try and do it. No, just forget about it. Would you say forget about it? Okay? And I'm going to give you my number, way to contact me, so you can say, Mooji, you messed me up completely. Or, thank you. So I've said it in front of you and many more than you. So let's see what happened. And Krishna Bhai is here, Lakshmi is here. One of them will give you my contact. I want to follow up.
Thank you. Can I have a hug?
So great.
Thank you.
Love you, love you, love you, love you.
Thank you so much.
So great, so great. Okay. Remember what I say now. They're doing it right now, this minute. So, I feel we are 9:20. I very much would like to, I know it's hot and many of you want to get out and all of that, but it was quite a bit of a challenge for me to accept to come initially just to here for one night. But we are in London this weekend to carry on this discussion for those of you who would like to come. I believe it's in Kensington. I'm sure you know about it. If you can make it, I would encourage you to come. If I could give anything at all, and think of the greatest thing I could impart to you, it would be to share what I'm sharing with you. And to see how it unfolds, that these seeds of real understanding, that they will sprout and bear real fruit in you. Because everything else, which is fine also, it's part of the divine play, but everything else belongs to time and will pass. Time says, all that you see belongs to me. I consume everything that you perceive, including you, including your present idea of you. The only thing it cannot swallow is the awareness from which it comes, where it itself becomes only a cloud passing. If I could impart any kind of gift of understanding to you, it would be this, and to continue to see you flower in this understanding. I don't think you will receive anything more important than this. Because as the light of consciousness switches on in you more brightly, it will give life to all those who meet you in some way, even if you don't speak. So this would be my blessing, that each one in whose heart there beats this love for freedom and truth, and this search to find the Supreme Being, the God of this universe. That each one comes to the full realization of this inside the heart and continue to expand in wisdom and grace and the full realization of the self. And that whoever meets you in life will be touched by your silence and peace and joy, your life, your love and openness, to such an extent that they feel themselves compelled to look within themselves to find the light that they see in you. In such ways does the spirit of being spread in the hearts of human beings. So this would be my blessing for you. And that you find your heart's true happiness, the unfading happiness that comes only from one place, from the Supreme. So thank you for coming today and for accepting my visit here, and for this beautiful place that houses this meeting today, and that you find your way home nicely, and that the most important part, that this understanding will mature inside and to show you home. Until you yourself know you're home. You yourself are home. That home is not some place with necessarily bricks and mortar and stuff, but your own heart is your home. Yeah. You remember this deep inside your being. And grace will cause you to be in this consciously. Do we have some music today? What is happening? Come. Ooh. It's Buzz and Duffer.
Remember him like the lamp inside the temple of your heart. Remember him, and keep this fire inside your heart burning. Keep this fire inside your heart burning. Remember him, and rejoice in the Spirit of the Lord. Rejoice in the Spirit of